Hello everybody, and welcome to Togi East Coast, where I have another excellent review for you guys coming right up. And before we enjoy this review, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel so I can keep this channel going with many more awesome model train and rail fanning videos. Today is going to be an actually interesting video. It's going to be a showdown of Walthers versus Athearn for the 60-foot Gunderson T-boxes. Both model railroad companies have put in an extensive effort to recreate and produce these models, and of course, as with anything modern, and well, especially so for these, they're highly sought after in the model railroading community. And within the past 2 months, Athearn released a new run, and followed by Walthers. Walthers had released their run earlier this month, and I finally got my copies today. And before I actually compare the two face to face, I gotta say both are excellent models, and of course I wouldn't have them if I didn't think that. So on the left hand side of the screen here we have the Athearn model, and on the right hand side of the screen we have the Walthers model. And already there are noticeable differences between the two productions, aside from the fact that the modern TTX logo that was used has a slight variation. Well, we will start with the Athearn Boxcar, and of course, the first thing you see is the very nice separately applied detail. It's basically a Genesis car reproduced for ready to roll. You can see the grab irons are nice, and as are the handbrakes, and on the bottom of the car there is considerable airline detail. But the only things that are incorrect about the car are as follows. Now, I'm sure that this logo arrangement with the maroon and red logo and the Railcar Pooling Experts in that typeface, I'm sure there are a couple of prototypical examples out there that have that. But the forward-thinking slogan, I don't think I've ever seen that on a TTX boxcars, so that's kind of a demerit there. Also, these cars are stand-ins. They are, from what I've heard, 1980s FMC prototypes. Now, don't get me wrong, these cars do exist, but not in T-box paint graphics. In fact, actually, the TBOX cars, yeah, it's like the O and the B are switched around. Those are correct. Those use this design. But the T-boxes are newer. They're more modern, built in the late 90s, early 2000s, into 2013, yeah, into like 2012. And they redesigned and re-engineered the boxcar. However, I'll say this ahead, the roof design here is the most correct, but looking at a couple reference pictures, there is supposed to be closer roof ribbing around the middle of the car. But other than that, it's still a very nice detailed car, and it's still something that I will maintain and run. I'm not discrediting Athearn at all. I just wish that if they were to invest in doing these cars, they would really just consider retooling it to have the correct boxcar. But I understand their bottom lines do not support that, and as long as it looks like a prototypical model, it will sell for them, and that's how business is, and we have to accept that. But for those that are picky about the ribs, sometimes I can be a little bit. We got the Walthers version. Walthers did the correct ribbing, but the roof is a little bit far from correct. And then you kind of swing the argument to the other side that the center is indeed closer as seen in the pictures, but there is no cross or diagonal bracing from what I've seen on the internet. But these could be early model details. And I do like that there's a little bit more body detail on these from what I see. However, Walthers does suffer from the flaw of molded on grab irons, as you can see here. And while in the prototype they do kind of protrude like that, they're not as thick as they appear here. But the molded on bottom grab iron, I thought it, from what I've seen in the pictures, it looked a lot thicker than it actually came out to be. So that's kind of a save there. And also, the only flaw that Walthers really has on the bottom here is that there is no airline compared to the Athearn. There's like no air, yeah. Kind of, one would know what I'm referring to. Now, as far as coupling, I don't have a gauge calculator with me, so it would be a little bit, so for the most part, saying one is really correct over the other would be a little bit biased, but my prediction is clearly that the Athearn one seems to bend downwards, and it may be below gauge compared to the Walthers Protomax. And in general, I've understood that the Protomax is a better coupler than the Athearn McHenrys. That's just past experience speaking. So Walthers does have an advantage there. So it's like less of a need to change or standardize to KDs or Sargents. So that brings us to a comparison. Which one is better? And that's one thing I'm going to leave to you guys in the comments. Please let me know which one do you like better. The community has been divided. Most of us say that Athearn is better still because of the molded grab irons. That's like a big turnoff for a lot of modelers. But I look at either one and I'm like, well, both of them are good in their own right. However, I think the Walthers has the better side body, and the protrusions don't stick out that much. So, my personal taste, I've been impressed with Walthers, but I still think the Athearns are very good, and as they release new runs, I'm going to be looking out for them, and I'll still be buying Athearn cars. But really, the honest answer is neither of them are a clear winner. They're both equally awesome. They're both equally must-have. And it's really up to you which detail do you like to see more pronounced. It's kind of like a pick your poison, but it's not really you're picking a poison, you're just picking your favorite. It's all positive vibes here, not pick which flaw you're gonna put up with. It's pick which one do you think is more detailed and more on point. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I thank you guys for watching, and once again, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share me your opinions, and I hope to see you guys soon. And look out for more model train and rail fanning videos from HQ, where layout is on hiatus now, but I'm going to be doing some intense weathering work soon to my cars and locomotives. This is TE out.